tuning into AHRR Network. Please enjoy. Sit back, relax, tune in, be entertained.
Yeah, man, we gonna name him Lucas.
We got Lucas back here.
Lucas back here with us, fresh as hell, man. Make sure y'all go to goldboys303.com. Get y'all some drip, get y'all some fresh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got everything. I want y'all to let y'all know they doing a grand opening Labor Day weekend, man. They done added a skate park. They got the studio in there now.
Skate park?
They got a skate park or a skate ramp.
Oh, okay.
A skate ramp in the building.
Yeah.
They got the studio in the building if you need studio time, and the fire clothes, and they got CBD products. So shout out to the Gold Boys. Excuse me. They lit. Shout out to GBL Studios. You know what I'm saying? If you need your song mixed and mastered, if you need some studio time, please rock with GBL Studios.
Definitely.
They got the photo shoot. You can go get a photo shoot there too as well.
Yeah, you can do all that. They got the green screen there.
Yeah.
They got, man, you can do whatever. You can rent that whole thing out and you can just throw an event there, man.
Absolutely.
You want to do an event, man, holla at GBL.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do.
Shout out to them. But first and foremost, last but not least, shout out to AHRR Network for making everything possible, making the way you see us look so clear, making my skin look good, making KTONE look good. You know what I'm saying? And letting us be who we are and express our feelings. Shout out to AHRR Network for making everything possible. We love you and we appreciate you.
Definitely. We got some dope guests in the building. We're going to bring them on in a minute.
Yeah.
But we're going to get straight to the music, man. We appreciate all the artists who submitted something. Hold on. We do got to say rest in peace, Nipsey, man. Happy birthday, Nipsey.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Nip, man. Rest
Nip
in peace to Nip.
forever. The marathon continues.
We're going to talk about the marathon later, too, man. We're going to talk a little bit about Nip and his, you know, what he contributed to the culture.
Absolutely.
We're going to get started with the music, man.
Let's get started then. We're going to start off with Ant the Artist. This record is called Incognito, Ant the Artist. And before we do that, I want you to know, please comment, please tell us your opinion on the songs. We want your opinion. Your opinion is just as important as ours. For these artists can really get some real feedback and let their music be heard. So if you like it, nigga, put a fire emoji. Tell us what you like about it. If you hate it, put a trash emoji and tell us what you hated about it. But give us your genuine opinion. And that's how we gonna rock. So starting off the night, Ant the Artist, this record is called Incognito, live on DOS right now. Let's get it.
Share the page too, share the page.
But they won't stop singing to me. Shift the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Your boy rich, but I'm still singing out the song. Shift the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shift the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shift the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Your boy rich, but I'm still singing out the song. Yeah, I'm rapping, toe tapping with a hi-hat. Feeling paranoid, all scary, how the clips rap. Whoa, I'm feeling like I'm about to blow. Just made $1 million, pay my restitution. No, yeah, my shorty looking high class. Feel bad for these hoes, gotta compete with that. I I always wanted to tap that. From the very first time at the club with the line, I was on 9mm clap that. It's all good, kiss that ass on the flip side. Put it down on the ring, but it can't make it sing straight out of the slums of the west side. And I ain't writing on this track, just let it go. And if I offend you on this rap, then let it burn. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Your boy rich, but I'm still singing out the song. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Your boy rich, but I'm still singing out the song. Whoops, I dropped some shorty, pick it up. Oh my God, look at her butt. Baby AR, stashed in the trunk when I go to the store. Pull out the snipe and snipe you. The caps on the floor. I quarantine myself for life, so this life's a hype. Hooded figure like a gremlin, scared of the light. Dude leaving, and we ain't finished our business. Fuck what I catch, we stash it, put on a missing list. I try to tell him, but he ain't listen to my warnings. I don't need a heat or a rifle bullet to leave your punk ass slow and roaring like a lion. Cause your boy just woke up from a nap and on saying his beats don't talk too much, just let that shit slap. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Your boy rich, but I'm still singing out the song. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me. Your boy rich, but I'm still singing out the song.
And the artist, that record is called Incognito. And the artist Incognito. DJ KTONE, what you think?
Shook the demons, but they won't stop singing to me.
Shook the demons, that's what he said?
I think he said shook the demons.
Shook the
that's
demons, but
like
they won't stop singing to me.
It was just mediocre, man. His flow was kind of like, you know, like how we be freestyling.
That's around. That's the artist that made the Denver record that we
And you know, the Denver record was okay, man, but I just didn't think it
should have been named Denver.
It shouldn't been named Denver.
Yeah.
I wasn't really too fond of the beat either.
Yeah.
I think it was just a mediocre record.
I think it was mediocre as well. I think I like him on the more upbeat beats.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear him on a slower BPM beat. I think even though we didn't like that, and I think we was prejudged because it was called Denver, him on those type of beats sound better than what we heard today on a slower vibe beat. That wasn't the vibe. I didn't think that was the vibe. I didn't like that. I like to hear more up-tempo, more funner music, I would think. But, he could rap, but...
Either way it go, man.
It ain't no hit,
the artist.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely not a hit.
No hit.
Where could you hear that? Would you play it anywhere?
No. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It don't help him if I lie. Yeah. If I lie and say I could, it don't help him. So, no. Definitely. That ain't it for me.
Well, shout out. Yeah. No, I don't play it. Shout out Ant the Artist. Ant the Artist, keep it pushing though, man. You know what I'm saying? Say something else, and let's hear something else.
For sure. Shout out to Ant the Artist. That's what it is. All right, let's keep the ball rolling. Make sure you check the comments. Let's check the comments.
Yeah.
But if you in the comments, please let us know your opinion on these records. You know what I'm saying? Our opinion are not the only opinions that matters. We want to hear from you and you only. So, with that being said, you got some shit? Or you want me to keep it going?
Average. Was a no for me. It was just plain. I like it. Flow is definitely E40 inspired.
I told you that last time. You didn't believe me. I told you this nigga sound like 40. But he sound like 40. Like he got that ooh.
He got that ooh.
Oh, everything.
Okay. Couple people's feeling it though, man. Keep it moving. Keep it going.
Comments 50-50. Keep doing what you're doing, my nigga Ant the Artist. Follow him at Ant the Artist. Up next, we got V-Tunes with 2 money signs. This record is called To Live This Life. V-Tunes, double money sign, To Live This Life. Let's go.
Cam J with the heat.
what it's like to live this life? Yeah, do you know what it's like to live this life? Yeah, do you know what it's like to live this life? Yeah, do you know what it's like? Yeah, do you know what it's like? Got involved, started choking that pipe. Planning days where these niggas don't fight. Started having my way with the right. Now I'm having my way with your wife. Yeah, these niggas don't know me, but speaking on me. Everywhere that I go, yeah, I keep it on me. I just pop me at 30, it's creeping on me. I'm still wondering why they keep sleeping on me. Moving too fast, I gotta slow down the speed. Cause one day, yeah, I wanna see. Start moving them zones to working my way to repeat. When it come to money, don't play with a beat. He think cause he broke it, he get it for free. Stop playing, little nigga, this work out of beat. I run up a check and then go on the street. I can tell these niggas don't want it like me. Nah, I don't want it like me. I beat up the pussy and tell her go pee. I care about any bitch playing with me. I'm laying down, anyone playing with me. They keep playing with me and wonder why I go insanity. Just cause we blood don't mean we family. Don't think that you blood cause you stand with me. We took his piece. Too busy up thinking about a check, so I need his sleep. No more dreaming fantasies. I just wish the fantasy. A nigga on his way to success. Through all the bad niggas still blessed. They playing checkers while I'm playing. Do you know what it's like to live this life? Yeah, do you know what it's like to live this life? Yeah, do you know what it's like to live this life? Yeah, do you know what it's like? Yeah, do you know what it's like? Trying to invest some stock, but I'm still playing the block. Yeah, I'm serving the work out the side, but that fuck up the work when it's hot. Had to write out a blueprint and plot. Watch the company you keep at the spot, cause you might just about make a shot. So I tell them to stay in a lot. All of these people keep asking, how did you bother me fashion? Niggas started from trapping. Too bad all these niggas slacking. All of my niggas about action. Even my granny be packing. Pull up on me, I got all the things. They come from all different type of ways. Yeah. Do you know what it's like to live this life? Yeah, do you know what it's like to live this life? Yeah, do you know what it's like to live this life? Yeah, do you know what it's like? Yeah, do you know what it's like?
V-Tunes with a double money sign at the end to live this life. V-Tunes to live this life. KTONE, what do you think?
I was digging it, man. I was vibing to that. I like the beat.
You know what it's like.
I like the beat. I like the hook for sure. And he was riding the beat too.
Yeah.
I definitely want to hear some more from him for sure. But I would fuck with that.
Yeah.
I fuck with that a little bit. I mean, I don't know where I would play it. I'll probably maybe just ride to it, maybe put it on the playlist.
It's definitely a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. It had a bounce to it. I love music that comes locally that at least has a bounce to it. Because even if you don't, I feel like that's so important. Because even if you don't know the record or know the artist, if it has the bounce, people are gonna move. You know what I'm saying? Black people just want to bounce to it. You know what I'm saying? So that I feel like if you're an unknown artist or you trying to get that, you need that. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll make somebody listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And then once they like it, they'll start listening to what you're saying just because it has that bounce to it. You know what I'm saying? But I think it definitely had the bounce. I wouldn't call it a hit though. I would say he's capable of making a hit.
Yeah.
It sounds like he has the formula to create a hit. I wouldn't say that that's a hit, but I think he has the formula to create a hit. But that had a dope bounce to it. Like if I already like V-Tunes, I would like that record. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But that's not the hit. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good record.
Yeah.
I want to see what he look like too. I want to see I want to put his image and his persona.
I guess you can't really tell on there. Got a picture, but
oh, he a low key nigga. He in the dark nigga. You know what I mean?
In the dark.
He like to play that with the lights off. Do you know what it's like? Shout out V-Tunes, man. Let me see some videos, V-Tunes. Let me see what type of energy you on, what type of vibe you on. I feel like that'll help or it could not help, but I think it'll help. You know what I'm saying? The type of energy he bringing, the type of vibe he bringing, the type of vibe he looking for. You know what I'm saying? With a video, if I know what to expect from him. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think with his voice and the way he could put melodies together, he's capable of making a hit record.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That's what I think of that.
V-Tunes, good job.
We got anything in the comments?
We do.
What they talking about?
In the comments, it's cool. Sounds like the wave everybody on nowadays. Need to pick up the intro. Need a little more energy to the lyrics. Not a bad song. Just need some quicks.
Yeah. That's why I say the video, because you don't know if he want that energy.
The beat is dope.
He could be hella laid back on some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he might not be, you know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes the video is important.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times you gotta see that. You gotta see the visual, man. Put the face to it.
All right, up next. Oh, excuse me. Flawless Money featuring Disobey 303 and Ronnie Flukes. This record is called The Last. Flawless Money, Disobey 303, and Ronnie Flukes. This record is called The Last. Let's get it.
On my hip to the right, still gotta watch my left. I done run the game so long, and it's time to catch my breath. Still got a long way to go, and I can't skip no steps. No, I don't take no deal. I just need cash, no check. You know it's real in the field. Still gotta run my route. If it's up, then it's stuck. My young hitters lay shit down. A lot of people say they can't, but heavy is the head and the crown. Started from the bottom and the back. Now I'm at the top looking down. I gotta move on my own. I've been sitting all alone. Gotta get in my zone. Trying to figure how to right my wrong. Mama told me be strong. After rain, then come the sun. Some gon' fight, some run. Most people stand for nothing. They just wanna watch my moves. Hit 'em with the MJ slide. I just wanna count my cash. Got 'em in the bag on the line. You ain't in my zone. Cause I'm way too fly. They say I'm way too paid. Cause every day I grind. They just wanna watch my moves. So I gotta watch my steps. I don't wanna say too much, so I gotta hold my breath. They ain't really they say no more. Feeling like the last one left. They can't make the same no more. Feeling like the last one left. They just wanna watch my moves, so I gotta watch my step. I don't wanna say too much, so I gotta hold my breath. They ain't really they say no more. Feeling like the last one left. They can't make the same no more. Feeling like the last one left.
Nah, they don't make them like this no more. Everybody rap, but they just ain't dope. Then you got drip, but your drip ain't cold. All the weed in the world, you don't want no smoke. Feeling like the last nigga with that flow. Wasn't feeling my ex like tic-tac-toe. We get 6'9", but that ain't no troll. I don't wanna hear you talk, I just wanna hear you moan. Riding on my life like this. Yeah, nigga, put in that word. And I came up on my own. I got it all at the dirt. The last one that sun marked right by East High on the block with the herb. Back when I was only trying to make bread, nigga, I was not trying to learn. Ain't shit really had to be this way. Had to get right, cause my shit wasn't straight. Had to get my mind on a different page. Sorry, can't cake, gotta get that cake. A lot of y'all talk, but you really ain't down. You will not evolve if you don't move around. All up in your ear till you hear my sound. Feel like Harriet, how we underground. Still making moves. Name Disobey, so you know I break rules. That don't mean shit, I'm still trying to improve. Cause I'm a young nigga with something to prove. Paying my dues, no, you don't have a clue. Trying to do what I do and collecting a check. Put that on red, wheel your head like Debo. Coming for what's on your neck.
They just wanna watch my moves, so I gotta watch my steps. I don't wanna say too much, so I gotta hold my breath. They ain't really they say no more. Feeling like the last one left. They can't make the same no more. Feeling like the last one left. They just wanna watch my moves, so I gotta watch my step. I don't wanna say too much, so I gotta hold my breath. They ain't really they say no more. Feeling like the last one left. They can't make the same no more. Feeling like the last one left.
Flawless Money featuring Disobey 303 and Ronnie Flukes. That one's called My Last.
The last.
The Last. The Last.
The last.
The Last. Flawless Money, Disobey 303 and Ronnie Flukes. The Last.
I was digging it, man. It really had a chill vibe. I was really feeling I was listening to them ad-libs in the background. Yeah. I was listening to them ad-libs.
Is that Ronnie Flukes?
I think that was Ronnie Flukes.
Yeah.
I believe that was Ronnie Flukes for sure.
Yeah.
And Disobey 303, man, he been snapping. This is the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Snapping on your song, Flawless. I couldn't tell if it was his song or your song, Flawless.
Oh, don't go.
I mean, yikes. You know?
Yeah. Shout out Disobey.
Shout out Disobey 303, man. Matter of fact, now I want to hear some of your own stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want to hear some of.
Hear what type of time he on.
Yeah. I like Flawless, man, but he kind of overshined it again. Flawless, in my opinion. My opinion.
I think Flawless came on there.
No, Flawless came on there.
I ain't gonna lie. I think Flawless set the tone on that. Buddy did get off.
He got off, but I just like his. I think I like his voice.
I think the record caught our attention once Buddy got on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because of the way he could maneuver his voice like that.
Definitely.
I think it's a smooth record. I wouldn't say it's a hit record, but I wouldn't say it's a bad record. It's another record where it's like, if I already like these artists, I'm gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. I can ride to this because I'm already listening to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would definitely ride to it though.
Yeah, for sure. It's just not a record. If I heard these people for the first time, it's not a record that will make me want to hear more. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm just hella in that type of vibe. But it was cool though. It was cool. It got a groove to it. I like that one better than the last Flawless record we had. You know what I'm saying?
I actually like the last one.
The last
better than this one.
Okay. I like this one more.
Yeah.
Maybe because that's the mood I'm in now. You know, music is about mood. So the mood I'm in now, I like the last record better than I like this one.
Some of the comments that said it's okay, it's slow, it's basing though. Lyrics are cool, beat not that great. I don't like his tone choice for the hook. Disobey is like the Cassidy of Colorado, bro. Bar rap his ass off. Flawless definitely got better in my opinion. It was cool. I'd ride and smoke to it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Mixed reviews.
That was vibing though.
That's how it go. Alright. Well, I think we need some help.
Need some help?
I think we need some help.
Okay.
We need a difference of opinions. We need a strong, beautiful black woman. We need a street, fly-ass hood nigga.
Okay.
To just help us. You know what I'm saying? We stuck in our ways. Yeah. We old now. You know what I'm saying? And we should add a little spice to the motherfucking show.
Let's do it.
Oh, I gotta stop cussing. We need to add a little spice to the show.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Without further ado, got a couple guests. We brought a couple guests this week. Want to introduce our first guest. Owner of the Black Boss Initiative. She does a whole lot around the city, man. She gonna tell you. We're gonna talk about some business tonight too. Give it up for JICE Johnson in the studio.
Hello, sweetheart. How are you doing? All right. Up next, we got a Park Hill legend, a hood veteran, the flyest nigga. He tries to tell us dress nice every day I said it wrong.
Get dressed every day.
He tries to tell us to get dressed every day because it is polite.
Yeah.
It is the right thing to do. Denver's own, the legendary IMAN S is in the building.
Yeah.
My brother, what's happening?
You know what I mean?
What's happening?
How are y'all doing today? JICE, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good? You hanging in there?
I'm hanging in here.
How you doing?
I'm blessed, highly favored, happy to be here.
Absolutely.
How y'all?
We doing well, man. We can't complain.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for coming for sure. We're gonna talk about some things, but we got a couple more records, man. We just need y'all's help on.
Definitely. I love to get into it. I love music.
Yeah.
And just before I would love to just say real quick, the town is putting out good music.
Oh, yeah.
Good, better, and different.
Definitely.
I love the initiative everybody's doing. Like, y'all putting out good stuff. So shout out to everybody just dropping stuff.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
For sure. I think what we're going to do right now, man, big shout out. I want to send a big shout out to Rachel Bailey. She dropped a project today, actually.
Yeah.
It's called, what's it called? Bailey.
Bailey.
Oh, Bailey. It is called Bailey. So, big shout out to Rachel Bailey. We have one from her. It's called Netflix and Chill.
Okay, this is off the new album?
It's off the new album.
Okay.
Netflix and Chill. So,
let's do it.
We don't really be having too many female artists either. That much sending submissions. So, we're going to check this out. Rachel Bailey, Netflix and Chill.
Females are making way better music than the guys right now.
Oh, they killing it.
They are running the show, no disrespect. But the females is going crazy.
Women is turning up right now.
It's
all
time.
over the hip hop scene.
So let's go.
Let's get into it. Rachel Bailey.
Netflix and chill. Baby, I'ma keep it real. I don't really wanna chill. I just wanna get you comfortable. Sip a little Henny, and you know I keep 'em roll. We both know what we really here for. Eyes on the prize, We ain't got no shame, ain't no hiding it. Netflix is a code word. In other words, baby, I want the whole world. You see me in the red lingerie. You know what to do, baby, swing my way. Netflix and chill, Netflix and chill, baby, I'ma keep it real. I'ma keep it real, baby, I just want the feels. When we, Netflix and chill, Netflix and chill, baby, I'ma keep it real. Cause you already know what to do. Go work, baby, Netflix and chill. Yeah, Netflix and chill. Go work, baby, Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill. Oh, I make a movie, I got the sex. Wait, I am the snake, baby, that is a fact. I'm eating healthy, my booty is fat. Ain't felt this naughty since I made double tap. Oh, I'm in the mood, baby, word about you. Ain't paying attention and Netflix me too. Now the Henny got me feeling real loose. Was it the Henny or was it the goose? Turn up the volume. And you ain't got my neighbors yet, then I didn't know your name. Baby, it's on you. Cause I be calling it out and I ain't got no shame. And the TV ain't a distraction. I don't wanna drama, baby, I want action. We got the vibes for some satisfaction. Go work Netflix, baby, you the one. Baby, you the one. Netflix and chill, Netflix and chill, baby, I'ma keep it real. I'ma keep it real, baby, I just want the feels. When we, Netflix and chill, Netflix and chill, baby, I'ma keep it real. Cause you already know what to do. Go work, baby, Netflix and chill. Yeah, Netflix and chill. Go work, baby, Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill. We can pause, rewind, never fast forward. I lost my mind, I done lost my shirt. We done took some shots, now we feeling tired. We done took some shots, now we feeling tired. We can pause, rewind, never fast forward. I lost my mind, I done lost my shirt. We done took some shots, now we feeling tired. We done took some shots, now we feeling tired. Netflix and chill, Netflix and chill, baby, I'ma keep it real. I'ma keep it real, baby, I just want the feels. When we, Netflix and chill, Netflix and chill, baby, I'ma keep it real. Cause you already know what to do. Go work, baby, Netflix and chill. Yeah, Netflix and chill. Go work, baby, Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill. Just chill. RB.
Rachel Bailey, that record is called Netflix and Chill. Rachel Bailey, Netflix and Chill. KTONE, what you think?
I think that was riding. I think it was riding. I was listening to the words at first and I was like, hold on. Then the hook came on, then the second verse. I think it was riding. I like the voice. I like how she wrote it. I like the beat. I would play it. I could probably get away with that in the club. I could see it going. I like Rachel, man. I like the vibe she on. I like what she's doing. And I really didn't even know what to expect. Because, her last couple of records was different than now. You know what I'm saying? But it was dope. I like it. What you think?
Miss Johnson, what do you think about that record?
It was cool.
Can I call you Miss Johnson?
Not playing. Yeah, it was cool.
It was cool? Was it? It was cool?
It was cool.
Okay.
I'm kind of old school.
Okay.
So
tell us, give your old school opinion. Like,
when I listen to new music, I gotta hear it a couple of times. Like, I hardly ever hear something that I'm just like, yeah. So,
okay.
But I listen to it a couple more times and let it sit and see how.
Okay. IMAN S, what you think?
No, I ain't mad at it. I could slide to that. I mean, I wouldn't personally just be like, oh, let's put that on. But I can see some girls like my little cousin riding to that. Like, it's a good record.
Yeah. I feel the same thing. I feel like it grew. Like how you said.
Yeah, I didn't like the first verse.
First verse, it was empty. I feel like it was going uphill. Like, okay, I can fuck with it.
But once that hook and then the second verse, maybe if the arrangement was different, but it was definitely a good record.
You got comfortable in the song as the song went on. That's what I was thinking. I like it. It's a vibe. I don't know, with the subject matter, I don't know if it's club worthy. That's when you said I play it. I don't know, cause the subject matter, like I don't know when is the time to play it, just because what she's talking about.
Yeah, that's when you're just at the house, like that's a subliminal record, like
you kind of you want what's happening. You want to do what she's talking about, but I want to play the song. I'm thinking about that.
But I'm thinking, I mean, you can get away with that like early though. Like, yeah, that'll be one of your starter songs. Like.
Yeah, but it's slide though, so the beat gonna let it slide. You can mix that motherfucker very well. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And it's 100 BPM. It's gonna mix with everything around that. You know what I'm saying? I will play slide right after that by her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's gonna blend beautifully.
Yeah.
But she's a very consistent artist. Shout out to Rachel. All that shit is very consistent. You know what I'm saying? She has her sound. She has her tone. She has her vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely shout out to her. She got, like I said, the project dropped today, man. So, you know, that's commend her for that, man. I know she had a lot going on recently.
I want to hear it. She got some dope features on the project too. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say, but we went around the room. I would have heard a rap verse on that record.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have boom. After the second verse, boom. Okay, now we feeling this. Somebody come in and give the male. Or I ain't even gonna say male, just somebody rap on the song to give it, you know what I'm saying, a little more energy on that, you know what I mean?
That'd been hard.
I feel like that would have been dope.
Book sax.
Yeah.
Yeah. Book sax for sure.
Book sax, you feel me?
Good job, Rachel. Good job.
We gonna keep it pushing. We gonna keep it pushing. We gonna keep it pushing. Up next, we got PH Wax. This record is called All I Want. PH Wax. All I Want is the name of the record. Let's do it.
Get up on your feet now, weed into the beat down. All I need is weed now. Play me some obese down. She gon' lay them sheets down. Hope one day you be proud. My body in 4 pounds. Ride out clean with no sound. There's money on the floor now. Yeah. You can have the streets now. Bloody sheets, your heart's found. I don't know about you now. You now. I don't know about you now. You now. Stack it up on that ground. If it's the last dance, I'ma just butterfly. I'ma make bullets fly. So much drama in my life. How can I make it right? Take off and live life. Get low and get high. Body drops when your time. Can't beat it, it's go time. Pull up, get light show. Make suckers lights low. I might go psycho. What's this like for? We smoking on hydro. Tear coming down ice though. Right pain on my soul. We live in a die soul. Get up on your feet now, weed into the beat down. All I need is weed now. Play me some obese down. She gon' lay them sheets down. Hope one day you be proud. My body in 4 pounds. Ride out clean with no sound. There's money on the floor now. Yeah. You can have the streets now. Bloody sheets, your heart's found. I don't know about you now. You now. I don't know about you now. You now. Stack it up from the ground.
PH Wax, that record is called All I Want. PH Wax, All I Want. KTONE, what you think?
I think the record was okay. I like the hook more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think he been Wax been in this different little zone. I like the hook more than anything. Beat was cool. That's really something really just to chill to. Like I'm chilling there. Like if I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lounging, if I'm whatever I'm doing, I'm chilling there. I wouldn't skip it if it came on the playlist. I wouldn't skip it for sure.
IMAN S, give me your biased opinion, please.
I mean, obviously everybody knows Wax is my friend.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite Wax record. I prefer Wax on like up tempo, like more drum beats, because that's when he just goes ham. Like you said, I would definitely not skip it. It's just I like him better like when he's more on PH Wax. Like I like that more gritty type feel.
I'm about to speak on the exact.
Yeah, I like the more gritty. Like I mean, like he's just that's. And it's kind of weird because we're playing a record and it's just like judge this record. That's like an album filler versus a real banger. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's just a filler, but still hard. But I prefer the gritty Wax because he already gets to it, and I respect that more.
Miss Johnson, what do you think?
So I like the beat. Yeah, definitely I would chill to that. I don't know. The lyrics was just kind of okay to me.
Okay.
But definitely, I like that.
He just right to the point. I like his style. He just, nigga, this how I think, nigga. Okay.
I don't like it. I like it.
I think Wax been giving us some heat over the last couple weeks. And he got, I'm not going to say I thought, because I think he knows where his pocket is that he's just found recently. And I'm not a fan of right now, from what I've heard, of singing Wax or melody Wax. I like when he was getting on that shit. It remind me of like Lil Durk. He remind me of Lil Durk, where it's like, nigga, I'm telling you the story on a smooth, cool, you would call it grimy type beat, but I'm telling you my life, but I'm rapping my shit. I don't want to hear Wax singing. You know what I'm saying? And I only say that because I've loved the last 3 records or 2 records he's in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's just like I'm stuck on that, so I don't want to hear this, but I like that more. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
But
that's like number 11 on the.
But 15. To give him some credit, that record just might not be for me. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Because Wax has, because of who he is, he got audience in different arenas. Right. You know what I'm saying? He got hella Mexicans and different type of demographics that fuck with him. They might smoke to that. They might, you know what I'm saying, appreciate that. But I like the Wax we've been hearing for the last 2-3 weeks on that, just talking that talk. You know what I'm saying? That boss, drug, grimy talk. You know what I'm saying? I like that Wax. And I felt like he found his pocket right there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to keep him. Boom. This is where you go. This how you talk. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So that's what I think he had.
Well,
any comments? Anybody say anything?
I don't know. I'm on the fence. It's definitely different, which is not a bad thing.
Okay.
Somebody else just said I agree.
The muscle sign.
We got the muscle sign.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Solid record.
Yeah.
Just you got to be in the mood.
Yeah. All right.
Mood music.
Shout out PH Wax. That one was called All I Want. Up next. Matter of fact, should we do it? Should we let?
Yeah. Well, what we're gonna do? We're gonna play Mom's video, but we're not really gonna grade it though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already out.
It's an A+ anyway.
But go to introduce and tell them the concept behind.
Next you'll see me if I stand up, or could I gotta do this?
You small enough.
You know I'm short. You know I'm short. Pause. Not small, real big. Check it. Ichiro.
That's all you need to know. You know why? Because my delivery is like a pitch. It's just that pitching it.
IMAN S. This is Ichiro, the music video. Tune in right now on DOS Live. Let's get it.
My uncle called me Ice. My bitches call me life. My niggas call me Sax, and only haters whisper whack. My mama call me Iman. My daddy called me Miracle, cause he didn't beg the heavens I would learn to put this pistol down. Got the pistol now, mix you up like Zinfandels. Life ain't like a Christmas curl, and if it is, then let it snow. I only sell mistletoe, deals if you purchase more. Better blue, smooth flow, Nike phone, cool Joe. First rolling two-tone, Ward in the pool too. Second rolling redhead, Chucky on the Rugrats. Now I got an AP, and I ain't gotta say three motherfucking words, they oughta know it's PLC. The way I kept it real was more important than a record deal. Fancy little N-word, check out how I spit verbs. Niggas acting big turd, funny them get flushed too. Bitches acting big bird, funny them get ducked too. Why you need the big hearse? Honey, they'll be dead soon. And plus I'm kinda short, so I'm insensitive to leg room. I'm rare seeing eggs bloom, with dining sets in bedrooms. This nigga got the sauce, ain't gotta get me ragu. Uncle called me ice, my bitches called me life. My nigga called me Sax, and only haters whisper whack. My mama called me Iman, my daddy called me Miracle, cause he didn't beg the heavens I would learn to put this pistol down. Got the pistol now, mix you margarita style. All my niggas drunk off revenge, what we drinking now? Shitting is the moving bow, Reggie keep it 100 down. All you niggas indigent, this payment for your fucking soul. Simple if you cuffin' hoes, especially off that yatter nose. Same niggas hating on dicks but never had a dog. Simple if you cuffin' hoes, especially with the yatter nose. Same niggas hating on Vic but never had a dog.
Yes, indeed. IMAN S, that record is called Ichiro Straight Heat. Shout out Iman, we here. DOS Live. Before we continue, let's shout out our sponsors. Definitely. Shout out to the Gold Boys. Yeah. Please get your fashion on. My man, what did I call him? Lucas. Lucas. Yeah. Shout out my man Lucas, man, for all your favorite clothes, for your CBD products, your hemp, whatever you need, please fuck with the Gold Boys. Shout out to GBL Studios. If you need your song mixed and mastered and sounding amazing, please rock with GBL Studios. Tell them SQUIZZY and KTONE sent you. Definitely. And shout out AHRR Network for making this possible and making the black voice be heard amongst the community. We appreciate it.
That was IMAN S, Ichiro. You getting love in here too, man. Got the heart on there, got the fire emojis.
Hey, shout out to everybody.
Big hard, this hard, this go. Somebody said, what does the name of the song mean?
All right, so Ichiro was a pitcher for the Seattle Mariners, for those who don't know. And everybody knows rap, when you rap, flow is delivery. I'm pitching it. That's my delivery. So the whole concept of it is I have one of the best deliveries. Definitely. Ichiro.
Okay. Ichiro
he was one of the best. He was nice. Don't play him.
He was not a pitcher.
Are you crazy?
Ichiro?
Yeah, he was.
In the outfield, bro. That's the...
Bro, he did that too. Check your stats, man. I'm ESPN for real, for real. Baby. How much?
$100.
I got
is
that.
Is this
ready.
a bet?
That's a bet
is this
right
a bet?
Ichiro never pitched.
Oh no, is this a bet?
That's a bet.
This is a bet.
Ichiro was hard as hell.
Was Ichiro a pitcher?
Ichiro played in left field, bro, or right field.
But what we gotta do right now?
Because he was the hardest outfielder. That's why it was hard.
Listen, we're gonna go to break right now. We're gonna find out who won.
He played.
It was $100.
$100 bet. But Ichiro was hard, so I get what he's saying. Like, nigga,
it's both.
But yeah,
they just told me in my ear Ichiro's a right fielder.
Yeah, he plays right field. He ain't pitched, nigga.
Either way it go.
He never
pitched. This online showcase.
No.
This online showcase. We're gonna come right back after this.
I'm spinning out the story. You gotta
This is our network.
Cutie.
Yo, we back. DOS, we have some clarification.
Fact check.
Now we go Ichiro happened to pitch in the All-Star game in 98. It happened.
We looked on YouTube. It happened.
Ichiro has pitched before. So me saying that
Thank you, Squizzy. That's all I wanted. We can move on.
Me saying that he's a right fielder, I guess, is incorrect.
He was both, just like I'm both. I'm a Park Hill legend and I'm a rapper. What do you want? Next.
You got it.
So who won?
We're going to call it even. And I'm going to go to Victory Clothing and buy me a t-shirt to support my
Much respect. And I'm going to be at DOS. Always giving them the same props they give me. So, thank you. Moving on.
It is what it is.
We appreciate both of y'all, either way it go, for being here. Got a lot of topics to talk about, man. I mean, we just going
to have some conversation.
Yeah, just have some conversation, man. I really, we really want to start, because both of y'all are business people, you know what I'm saying? Black Business Initiative, do it real big. You do a lot of things, Jay. You do a lot of things. IMAN, clothing store, artist. I mean, a lot of things, man. So
Fashion Art Institute.
All that. So tell us. I want both of y'all to tell us what y'all do, but I also want to ask y'all, how do you balance your craft while owning the business at the same time? You know what I'm saying? You can start with Iman.
No, ladies first.
You right, ladies first. Ladies first. Jice first. How you do that, Jice?
I'm in a room full of gentlemen. Yeah. So what's the question? How do I balance what?
Just owning the business. Owning business and still
being you.
Yeah, being you.
Outside of you.
I feel like I'm really just kind of learning that. I mean, I think when you're starting something and you're really passionate about it, you don't see a lot of balance. And I think that's the part that gets people, like, you go hard and you're there every day, all day long, 24 hours a day. You go to sleep thinking about it. You wake up thinking about it. And then after you start getting into a groove, that's when you start to find some balance. So for me, when I stepped onto this scene of activism and really pushing for Black businesses, shoot, as soon as I started, I was pregnant. So everybody know me as pregnant Jice.
Okay.
Pregnant, then pregnant again, then babies following me everywhere. So this is like, you know, me even just getting back to myself and coming back to a space of, you know, what I like to do and what interests me. And, you know, so I think for me, I think I'm just starting to find balance after, I don't know, maybe like 5 years, going into 6 years of really going hard for my business. So.
Okay.
Iman?
Like, just to echo off her, I mean, you really can't find a balance. It's how your day-to-day works. Like, it's whatever works best for you. I know I have to balance things with my spouse, so, you know, you kind of work that out, and then you kind of, everything else kind of falls into place. Everything, business changes day by day. So one day you're popping, next day you might not get sales for a week. So you have to adjust to that as well. So it's just like anything, just like how you guys have to adjust with DJing. You never know how the club's gonna be. So you go with however the crowd's feeling. And that's what we do. We just, whatever our fans and our people want, we cater to that.
Definitely. How was the transition for you though? Like really from being the artist and to really doing the store thing, man? Because I mean, that's a lot of work. Even the times I go in there, man, you always in there. Like, how do you even just balance that time?
I mean, once again, it's a group effort. Shout out to my partner, HB. Like I say, I always have to say this first and foremost. Without him, that store wouldn't even really exist. Like, I'm always around. I'm the face. People see me a lot, but without that man, like, we wouldn't even have a lot of the foundation that makes the store what it is. Like, it's such a group effort that, like, it's all of us really, but that man right there really makes sure we do it together. So
my question that I got for y'all is, do y'all think in 2020 that it is, or do you need social media to be successful in what you do and what you do? Like, is it social media or nothing? Like, you know what I'm saying? In 2020, how important is social media to what y'all do, to y'all's entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I think you do need social media for sure. Like, for starters, it's free advertising.
True.
So if you do it right, you know, it's a way to be able to capitalize, because if you start going backwards and start thinking about how much it costs to put an ad in a paper or how much it costs to run a commercial, you know, so it's an era of being able to advertise who you are, what you do, your brand, and really build that from the ground up and have total control over it, and also, you know, do it for less, right? But I would say if you're relying solely on social media, then you probably aren't doing it right. So I think that there has to be, you know, your social media should reflect other people. Like, if I'm the only person sharing my shit, that's one thing. Other people got to start sharing it. Other people have to see it. You know, and then you got to find the other places and spaces that you see your audience. So if the only place you see your audience is online, that's cool. My business is located in the community. So, you know.
I think both of y'all, and I ask that because both of y'all have a great amount of support outside of the internet. That's why I asked, like, what is social media to y'all? That's why I asked the question.
But see, for us, we try to expand into other areas, right? So, like, we hit up Detroit now. So we're, you know, I go out to Detroit a couple times a year, but because I'm not all the time face on the ground, so social media in Detroit matters a little bit more to me than social media here locally. For me. But
I mean, it definitely means a lot. I just had somebody from Oklahoma come in, a couple, and I asked them, like, I thought they were from around here, and I said, how'd you guys find out about us? They were like, oh, I saw you on Twitter. And I mean, you know, even you told me that. You told me that you encouraged me, like, hey, man, you need to do more Twitter videos because and it engages with people. Like, I get more interaction on my Twitter on certain videos than anything. So
for sure,
it definitely means a lot because you never know who's looking. Like, somebody shares it with some. You know how the internet works. Like, you never know who's looking. So
it's limitless.
Yeah, it definitely is necessary.
And I feel, and like I told you, like your style is gonna make people want to shop more than just promoting the clothes. You know what I'm saying? The clothing store. Like, give them you. I think y'all do a good job of giving them y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? The people are attracted to y'all, so they want to support y'all. Like, okay, whatever y'all got going on, I'm with it.
And I like you, and I'm accessible, so please come holler at me. I can get you anything I wear. Just talk to me.
Facts.
That's why I'm here.
Definitely. We've been having discussions past couple of shows about, you know, just gaining more financial, getting more financial literate in the community. This question really, for both of y'all really, but Jice, I know this is kind of what you do and what you touch on. Why are we as a Black community lacking financial literacy? What, in your opinion,
Explain what financial literacy is, and then go into it.
I mean, I think everybody knows.
No, everybody don't know.
Financial literacy. I mean, just knowing
how your
money.
work.
Yeah, knowing
your
how
money should
works.
be working for you.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be working for your money.
Right.
That's what the language really boils down in layman.
Definitely.
Because I would have said something else. That's all I'm saying. Explain.
What would you say financial literacy is?
Understanding how to manage your money.
Okay.
Manage your money, and I think financial literacy, I would think of taxes and business that comes along with making money.
I think all that falls under
the language
financial
of it.
literate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's why I say explain it though, because that's right there.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. And I try to do that a lot is break down words, because sometimes when you hang around certain people, we all using the same terms and we think, okay, we all know what we're talking about, but everybody don't.
Right.
So that's fair. So yeah, I mean, I would say financial literacy is around the language of money, right? So understanding how it works, what it does, how you can make it, how how you earn it, how it can be passive. I mean, all these things, right? So my opinion about it is, one, most of the time, America is not financially literate. Like, your teachers don't know, right? So, I mean, if you're in school, you can't necessarily get financial literacy from your teachers. You can kind of get something out of textbook, but most people are not living it, which is why, if you set aside the Black community, when this pandemic hit, they were talking about, the average American can't put their hands on $400 in a crisis, right? So to me, that's saying, don't nobody really understand money. Right. And so, part of it is because that's just not sexy. Like, what you just say, taxes, business, like, as soon as you say taxes.
Being fiscally responsible is not sexy.
Right.
You having to actually answer to a notice or anything like that just feels like a weight.
Exactly.
And that just taps into Black emotion, like how we're just the PTSD of everything. I mean, not to get into like that, but it's I'm just saying, like, the fact that you're holding a bill that you have to then pay something to make something else have a wheel turn, like, that's stressful for some people. It's not even about the action that's happened, it's about the dollar amount. Like, that's another bill to people. It's not about getting your credit right and getting you ready to do the next step in your life. It's about, this is a $400 to whatever amount dollar bill. Like, that stresses people. It's just money.
Right.
Well, we don't see money as a tool, right? So you got people who, when they stress out, they just spend it or they put it all out. They don't really have no plan for how they're going to get it back, right? So, shout out to Nipsey, all money in, no money out, right? But they ain't thinking about that. Right. So then you got people who, they are afraid of money, because we grew up hearing things like money don't grow on trees, right? Or I can't afford that. No, we can't get that, So I think there's just a lot of stuff that comes with money that we don't address and that we don't talk about. And then you got everybody fronting and flexing, so you got folks out here like they got money, but they really ain't got money. And so, it's a lot of conversation and talk without actually getting into the facts and the details, and then showing how really, if you learn how to master your money, you could really live your best life. And not just to say that, like, I'm living my best life, but like, you could really live your best life.
So what is having money? Because I hear people say, I got money, extra. What is having money to? Because, I think it might be different for...
My pops, for those who don't know, this is a little gem I'm going to just toss out there. My dad is a president of M&T Bank. For those who don't know what that is, they run the Baltimore Ravens Stadium. If you know how much money you have, you probably really don't got none. We'll just...
If you know how much money you have, you really ain't got none.
I'm like, if you're worried about, hey, I can't, like... If you're not just like, because I'm not saying, like, even me, myself, I got a bill I got to pay tomorrow that I've been holding on for 2 weeks. So I'm not saying it like that, but if you're counting, like, oh, damn, the bill cycle's coming in, like, I know people on automatic pay who just...
Don't even think about it.
It's not even a thought. They're getting money. So, money's crazy.
I think it's relative, right? Like, this was something that just came out. So with all this pandemic stuff going on. So Bank of America say, we finna put $1 billion into the Black community, right? And everybody was like, oh, Bank of America, that's so amazing. And I was like, Bank of America have almost $2 trillion under assets.
You feel me?
So what is $1 billion to $2 trillion?
And when you break it down into 50 states, and think about Atlanta, who's populated way more than the Denver community, we only have 3%. Which we're only populated. There's how many? 3.5 million people out here. 3% of that is Denver. I mean, 3% of that is Black. Yeah. So that means there's only 300,000 Black people. I probably know about 100,000 of y'all. Yeah. That's wicked.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not a lot at all.
But because we hear them big numbers, then that's
It's
what I
not
feel like.
big.
But it's not a big number, right? Or it's a big number relative to whatever it says. So I think part of it is just understanding like what is having money. Well, it depends on what your lifestyle is. It depends on what you want.
Yeah, what do you value?
Exactly. And so people, they spend time like not really defining what success looks like for them. So success looks like what everybody else say it is. It's the big house, it's the nice car, it's the nice clothes, it's the electronics. But what does success look like for you as an individual? And then that's how you can determine what money is for you.
Yeah. So I got a 2-part question. It's on our shit. But my question is, how do we establish generational wealth, and do y'all think that's having money? Like, okay, my family good, you know what I'm saying? Everybody who I care about is good.
That's the ultimate goal.
That's the goal. So you feel like
if you're not like
the car, the house, nigga, if I'm good and everybody around me,
it's not even fuck that. It's having it the right way. Okay. Is your house gonna appreciate? Is the shoes that you're getting gonna hold value? Like, these are $20,000.
Oh.
They're gonna always, like, my kid could get these and sell them resale and they'll still be worth bread. Mm-hmm. It's what are you buying that makes it worth it? Like, just getting shit just because you've seen it on the internet, that's not feasible for me. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get things not only that I like, but that also retain value. Like, I got Cos pieces, I got Jeff Koons pieces, like I got Kanye, I got shit. So I'm like, everything,
I got shit.
Everything is gonna always, like, it's always gonna be able to, if God forbid, but if something happened to me, my nigga Reggie gonna know what to do. Mm-hmm. Take this shit to the right place and we gonna sell it and run it up. My mom gonna be good. So I got life insurance. We gonna be great.
Is that how you get generational wealth? By
teaching that.
Smarter, teaching.
No, you have to teach. You have to teach appreciation. Okay. It's just, like, even on the smallest level, like, you can get your kids some Spider-Man shoes on some real shit, but take care of them because they're yours. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just about appreciation. Like, you never know what's gonna hold value. We dictate whatever it is. If the shirt you got on now, the watch KTONE got on now, JICE's braids, everything Black people do is dope. So if we say that's law right now, it's gonna go up like that. Definitely. Everything. So
definitely
take care of it because you never know.
I definitely agree. Definitely agree.
What's your take on
generational wealth? Yeah, I think when it comes to generational wealth, like, for me, I think the Black community really needs to start getting resources. So we don't own a lot of things. Yeah. We don't own things that can be considered collateral. We don't own things that we can utilize to get other things that appreciate, right? So, like, for me, I'm sitting in exactly. It's capital, and we have to understand, like, what is considered that, right? So for me, I feel like I'm in the middle of generational wealth, and I'm very blessed by it. And even when my family didn't know they were building it, like right now, my grandmother left a house to my parents, right? So this is in the Bay Area, so I'm from Oakland. So this house has been sitting in the family for like 40, 50 years, right? Nice. So now my parents is ready to buy in a new place. Mm-hmm. What they're getting ready to do is, after all these years, they getting ready to sell this house, and now they've been about to buy a multi-family property in Houston. Mm-hmm. Well, my parents is in their 70s, or my dad is in the 70s. Mm-hmm. So this is adding to the family portfolio, right? Absolutely. So, they're thinking about their grandkids. For me, I'm over here trying to hustle up my houses because my goal is, by the time my oldest is 18, like, I'm trying to gift her income producing houses. So by the time all of this is said and done, you know, my grandmother passed something on to my mom is gonna have something to pass on to us, we gonna have something to pass on to the, you know, grandkids, and if we teach them now, they'll have something to pass on as well. And the portfolio just continues to grow. So when I start thinking about what does generational wealth look like, it's about making sure that our kids appreciate and understand the value of what they have. So every time they get something, you know, you got everybody fighting over grandma's house and then they sell it off so everybody can have a little cash in their pocket. And my family was like, nah, we not doing that. Like, right, we keeping everything.
My family did that, and I regret it.
Everybody, a lot of black families do that. They,
we sold our house in Park Hill. That was
all Park Hill.
Everybody who grew up in Park Hill, we all own them houses.
You're fighting over a little piece instead of keeping that whole piece and letting it grow.
We need to talk about that. I mean, because is this just a Park Hill curse? I mean,
no, but
no, it's a Denver curse. Just think about it.
It's not just a Denver curse.
You came from the east side, then your family got some money, then y'all went to Park Hill. Then when Montbello was cool to go there, everybody went there, and now they're moving it. Like, you know how it goes, man. Everybody's just getting washed. It's a spin cycle. And if you're able to keep the land you do have, you hold it like nothing else.
But here's the thing: the black people need to get this. Park Hill is only worth what it's worth because white people moved in. When the black community was there, they would have never appraised them houses for that. And that's why we have to understand.
So the guy, we went to 1,000 Men yesterday, and I heard this in like some quick shit, and he was like, not only do we need to live in our community, but we need to build in our community and make it worth more. Do you think in our neighborhoods, as far as, let's say, the east side of Park Hill, which are our neighborhoods that have been taken over, should we take some blame for not building more in that and just living there and just realizing like, okay, this is ours, but not...
That's the same thing as voter suppression. Like, you can't tell a black man or a black woman, hey, you should feel bad for getting pushed out of your thing. Like, there's people who consciously wanted to live there. Like, I love Park Hill, I love the east side, but they've moved up rent, and people's moms, like, their jobs don't allow them to
be able to afford it.
It's just nuts. Like, who's gonna pay cable? Wash, some of these units don't even have washer and dryer, so they still gotta go take their clothes. Like, it's just things that white people don't even gotta worry about, that people are setting budgets aside for, that it's just like, we gotta put together almost $300 in utilities on top of utilities, just to look like.
I think more I've been learning about this, because I didn't really look deep into it till recently, but it's like, okay, white man come and offer you, okay, I give you $300,000 for your house, but I'm raising your rent $600 more than it was.
Every time.
You want the $600 raised rent, or you want to take this $300,000 and go buy your house in Green Valley? And I feel like all of our people have, like, they give me that $300,000. Like, I ain't never seen that. Give me that.
And on top of that, I can't afford an extra $600 just because my job literally won't let you. Comcast is never gonna tell me.
And that's fucked
whatever,
up.
like, wherever, like, people be having regular jobs.
Part of that is that those things are not just coming out, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's development plans that's going on, right? So the community don't participate in any of those things. Like, the community is not sitting at the development meetings to learn what's happening.
Who's
so all
coming
of a
to buy your
sudden,
spot.
exactly. So all of a sudden, it feels like you just got hit. Like, so these are my
this
options.
Been going on for 2 years.
Right, they've been planning this out for a while. So if you're not a part of the plan, then that's really where
now it's just like, hurry up and move.
Right.
Because when you say that, I remember, rest in peace, my Aunt Evelyn, man. She 2665 Bel Air, been there hella. Well, we all worked there.
In Bel Air. Yeah.
I remember being over there. She was getting these letters. I'm like, Auntie, what they talking about? She said, they just trying to buy the house.
Oh, like, it's just,
they just I'm like, how much they talking about? She said $500,000, bro, 500,000, and this is like, this was probably 2016.
Yeah, so that's probably like 750 now.
So I'm like, you gonna do it? She like, I ain't selling my house, right? So she already had it. She already knew the worth and the value, but she passed away, and the family couldn't get right. Gone.
So right for a few bucks.
That's what happened.
Bro, you know this?
In their pocket.
Her house sold for like $775,000.
Yeah, I've seen my homeboy's mom's just sold for $850. I'm like,
bruh.
Oh no.
So
stupid.
I mean, and really, I really think that, you know, like y'all said, man, we need to hold on to these properties and hold on to what we have. Question real quick for you, Iman. What you think? Tell me the biggest difference you see from Park Hill now, then to Park Hill now.
When is then?
Years ago. I mean, just.
I thought I knew what he was about to say. I'm gonna let him say.
Just man. Years ago. 10 plus years ago.
Let's say 05 now.
I mean, I could say so many things just out of, I mean.
I thought I knew what you was about to say.
Man, white people are like walking their dogs on Fairfax. I'm like, I'm just a Fairfax, Skyland Park, Oneida Block, Pontiac, Newport baby. Like I'm that kind of era type. Shout out to Cardell, shout out to Gums, shout out to all my homies. But I'm just saying, it's so weird right now because white people look at us now like we're new. Like I've been here 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Like still have property in the area, in the neighborhood, 3 properties.
They look like you don't belong.
Yeah, like I'm doing something wrong. So it's just, I don't even know how to answer that question, to be honest. It's disrespectful, if I could say it in one word. It's
Johnson,
weird.
you from Oakland, East Oakland?
East Oakland.
East Oakland.
Right, let's make sure we got that part.
Are y'all experiencing the same type of thing in y'all's neighborhoods as it made it to Oakland?
So I haven't been home in a few years, but everyone that I know there is affirming that yes, gentrification is, you know, it's a major problem, right? So I mean, we've seen the videos, and you know, we done had white folks trying to, you know, shut down stuff going on in Lake Merritt and you know, things like that. So it's happening. I think it's happening in most major, you know, cities in the Black community.
You know what's weird? Last night, I shouldn't even bring this up, but last night I was so fucking bored because they done shut down every Black club. Anything we could do, you know what I'm saying? So me and the homie, I ain't gonna say his name, me and the homie, we go to fucking the Players Club. We way off of 70th and Federal. And Mexican as hell, Latino as hell. And I'm like, nigga, white people can't fuck with these niggas. They gonna keep their neighborhood. And I was just looking at it was late, but I see they food spots, they
Africans do it.
Yeah, like they got their own spots still. And I'm like,
we're the only race that won't let us do it.
White people can't fuck with these niggas' neighborhood. Like you go through the neighborhoods and still look like theirs. You still see the lowriders and all that type of shit.
But they try to assimilate into whiteness, and that's what we do. Okay. The Black community tries to become white.
Yeah, we cater to
what you mean? Speak on that. What you mean? What you mean? Speak on that. What you mean?
I mean, it's so assimilation. Like we try to, like we gauge.
When in Rome.
Right. We try to gauge like what we do by whiteness. Like, you know, they always say the white man's ice is colder. It's just the way that we put whiteness on a pedestal, and they don't put whiteness on a pedestal in that same way. So they stick with their culture, they stick with their language, they stick with their food, and, you know, they work together. It's not that they don't have, you know, internal beef, right? So it's not to romanticize what it looks like to be in these other cultures. Every culture has their own issues, but they don't try to assimilate into whiteness like what
You know why I think we do that? What is our culture? We don't know what our culture is.
Well, we don't know what our history is.
We know what our culture is. Right. We dictate the culture. We don't know our history.
We don't know our history.
But we also don't know how to advocate for our culture.
Yeah, we don't get comfortable. Like when you're in that king stature in that queen role, we're not comfortable with it. You feel like you're being better than someone instead of really internalizing that and realizing that you're not necessarily better, but you breed and you exuberate greatness. So you have to show that. or how would they know? That's how I walk. How would you know you're fly unless you see me?
True. Facts. But we don't know what we eat.
We do. We're just scared to say it because Denver's like there's so many white.
What do we eat though? Like what would our food shops be like? If you go to 7th and Federal,
but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying, Squizzy. Whatever you like. We do like if my nigga likes salad, he gonna go to all the salad spots. If you like Indian food, we're gonna go to the Indian spot.
Yeah, but they took that from us, so it's not. That doesn't make it black. There's no way a neighborhood that just look black. I can I can tell this is black.
But that's internally with us.
And we so brainwashed. If it looks black, nigga, it's
but let me throw something else at you. We do it like this. That nigga's from Aurora. That nigga's from Denver. I'm not going to the Aurora shop. I'm not going.
Facts.
People tell me, like, bro, I wanted to come over there, but I didn't know it was in Park Hill. Like,
facts. Just
because I know Elm is still Park Hill. Like, we have that stigma. Like, we got to get off that. Like, I'll go anywhere because this is our town.
Yeah.
I can go to Aurora. I can go to the East Side. I can go to Montbello. Like, I love all y'all. But you ain't going to take that where I'm from away.
There's something that Jewy tells me all the time and be like, bro, I'm too old to push this. And he always pushes on me to push it. Like, nigga, I know we got our hood politics and all, but we East Denver. We not even the whole Denver. But within East Denver, we don't fuck with each other. Like, think about how small that is and think about how little, how you said we 3%. And he's like, in East Denver, if we came together as one, we still wouldn't be fucking have power to do whatever we want, but look how small we beefing over.
We'll be big enough to
60 blocks.
We'll be big enough to be Commerce City.
You know what I'm saying?
For me.
But we only Eastern. We not even Denver, nigga. We East Denver.
But look how
you
many
can't tell a nigga from the East side.
We'll just take the West side.
You know what I'm saying?
Look how many Asians is like shit. We'll just take where the Cajun Asian is.
Yeah.
Shit. Look how many Jamaicans is like shit. We'll just take over here on Kearney
and make that black. Yeah.
We need to do that somewhere.
Why can we not do that?
I just said why. It's everybody like, oh man, he know my baby mom. Oh man, he fought my brother back in high school. I don't think it's our fault. Oh man, like I said, it's the PTSD. Like it's like conflicts. Act like just because we had a conflict don't mean we can't get over it and conduct business.
Right.
Not to stir up nothing. KTONE, me and you was beefing for how like 2 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we call each other and it ain't no smoke. Like I'll be like, hey man, just checking on you. What's up? It's just like grow up. Do you want to get money or do you want to be a broke weird nigga forever?
Yeah. They ain't growing up. We just ain't growing up.
That's all I want to see.
So hopefully it happens. My next question: what is both of y'all? What is 3 actions that every black person needs to do financially? What is 3 things that's gonna get us to that promised land? That you know what I'm saying?
Financial freedom.
Financial freedom. What are 3 things? We're gonna start with Miss Johnson. What are 3 things that you would suggest to? I don't give a fuck who's standing in front of you. Was this like you need to do this?
The first thing that comes to my mind is we got to get to delayed gratification. Like, we got to be okay with delayed gratification. You don't make money overnight.
Okay.
That don't happen, right? So you got to be okay with the fact that it's going to take you some time to build up your bread. It's going to take you some time to get your business off the ground. It's going to take some time to, to put everything in motion, right? So if you're trying to get a house, you're trying to get a car, you're trying to do whatever it is that you're trying to do, especially if you're thinking about intergenerational wealth and you're thinking about, the next generation, it's not going to come overnight. So the world that we live in right now, everybody feel like I got to have it right now. And if I don't, I feel like I'm losing. And you ain't losing, right? So it's like, be cool to take your time. Be cool to just know it's going to take a minute to build. So, I don't know. So delayed gratification, that's one. He'll be back. Delayed gratification. I would say the second thing, and this is just like coming off the top of my head because KTONE didn't send me these. No, he didn't send me these questions and let me prepare myself.
We like it to be a genuine conversation.
The second thought that comes off the top of my head would be, we do got to get financially literate. Like, we got to understand how our money works. So, it's just not the it's not the sexiest topic to understand things like stocks or understand ratios or to think about profit margins and whatever budgeting like that. It's not, that stuff is not fun, but it's necessary if you really want to get to a place that you make money, because you see it time and time again. Even if you get a contract, even if you make money, how many athletes have we seen go broke? How many entertainers have gone broke? If you don't learn how to work your money, you'll never get into a place where your money is working for you. Absolutely. So we got to be able to pull away from some of that and then this isn't really a financial tip, but I feel like this is a success tip, is that we have to be okay with everything not being entertaining. Like, we're just addicted to entertainment all the time.
Right.
So to me, if you really want to get successful, you're gonna have to spend time developing your craft, becoming an expert, understanding how your money works, and you'll make it there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think my biggest problem is I make a lot of money, but I spend a lot of money. So I think
that's what's gonna tie into my 3.
I think that my thing is like, exactly. And quarantine done put a wake up call on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, relax. You can't go buy a pair of shoes every day. You can't go just live that extra.
Could, but do you want to live in them shoes? Or
Exactly.
do you want to live in the house?
Every day I woke up in quarantine, I look at my shoes like, bro, this is stupid. Like, why do I have this? Like, why do I do this? And it's made me realize, like, nigga, I'm buying that shit for an image that people honestly don't really give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I'm gonna get a couple of hoes.
I be wearing shit and people don't even know.
They don't even know what you got on.
I be the only one.
I be with KTONE and he has no idea what I got on right now, and it pisses me off. But at the end of the day,
but I know.
But I could have wore some Vans,
I see you
and
got
I
that
still would have been here
hat,
today.
you know what I'm saying?
So it's like, I think black people are so infatuated with stunting, and we just love flashy.
That's why
it's not an infatuation. It's our ancestry. We're kings.
We kings.
And I
We're
agree with that,
drifting
but that's
though.
what I
Our
said.
pyramids had them.
We have to make
kings.
a determination about what success looks like, and
Facts.
when you and then go from there, right? Because I've been there. Like, it mattered to me about brands. It mattered to me about to have all these things. So I ended up going through this whole transformation and became a minimalist. So I gave away bags on bags on bags of stuff and pared way everything down.
Yeah.
And that's true, right?
How many corny dudes have you seen? Like, oh, he's handsome, but this nigga got on everything and he looks weird.
He looks stupid.
Whole Gucci suit looking
It's
dumb.
about how you wear.
It's not. Nobody cares about that.
You're right about that. But to your point is, it is really about. It's not about what's on the outside. It's because if everything that you're doing is about what other people's perception is of you, then you ain't fucked up. So it's about you, right? Because just like you say, you get dressed every day. You get dressed every day. I'm sure whether you chilling in the house or not,
every
because
day.
it don't matter. It's because you get dressed for you. So when you're doing that for you, then now you're on a whole different level. But most of the time, people are doing stuff to go outside, and they want everybody else to see them. And so that's really where the danger of social media come in, because social media is about what did I eat, what did I drink, what was I wearing, see I was working out in the gym. Just to put your whole life on front. And so people are not living for themselves; they're living for the perception that they want to give everybody else.
So before, I don't want to move on without having Iman answer his 3 questions. I don't know if you heard the questions. What are 3 actions that you, if somebody was standing in front of you, that you wish every black person needs to do financially?
Free game. If you see me, just give me $5 because you owe me for this. Get an IPO.
Okay.
A lot of black, I know, I got.
What's the IPO? Explain that.
It's a company that's already publicly being traded, so a Nike, a Gap, or whatever.
Okay.
You can.
It's an initial public offering.
Yeah. So what you can do is it's $6,000. Most people spend that on designer shoes, like she was just saying, for the look. If you spend that same amount of money, you'll have residuals coming. I mean, it may, like she said, we have to get comfortable with not getting the gratification instantly. You'll have something coming in. It may not be what you always want, but it's gonna be money. It's more than you're gonna. It's better than nothing.
So you spend $6K, you get an IPO, and you get what annually?
I mean, and that's not, I'm not saying do it on this, but I mean it's what you know. I would do something that I frequent in, shoes, cologne.
Right.
Invest in
food.
Stocks.
Invest in something that you fuck with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get you some stocks.
Something you know about that you could track, to where even if you know how it moves, even if you don't know the actual number aspect of it, you can gauge it. Oh no, I know for a fact the Nike whatever, you got on some $500 Nikes right now.
Relax.
So you know what I'm saying? So you can gauge. Yeah, they $595 on StockX, but whatever. You can gauge.
But go ahead.
Hey, ugly too.
20. But like I said, you can just gauge you know that. So that would be one thing. Another thing, me and my friend was just talking about this. One of my little homies, and he's 21, but he already like we've been on this.
Yeah.
Franchising.
Okay.
Dudes, you could spend money on rims, or even a chain. This chain is 16 bands. For this chain,
on me right now.
For this chain, you could get a Wendy's.
Yeah.
I'm just like there, you know what I mean? Or a Subway. Subways is like 10 to 12. And then the last, so franchise. Yeah, that's just easy. All you gotta have is somebody with proper bank. Like there's steps you could take. You know. And then the third thing I would say, fuck with people who fuck with you. Because at the end of the day, all that shit I just said sound cool, but another thing black people do, we make anything sound good. So a dude could come with you like, hey man, give me 5 bands real quick and we could just do this, that, and the third. Know how you want to spend your money. If that person don't have your best interest and he's not always looking out for you, don't just let somebody take your money. Know what you want to do before you do it. Like you shouldn't, no matter how much money, you can have a $200 to a $200,000 investment. If it's not lucrative for your mental and your future progression, I wouldn't fuck with it.
That's real. That's real as hell. I feel that.
I
felt that in my heart because I've been there and I've made them mistakes.
Man, I gave dudes $1 million for free.
I've made them mistakes, and I
think I.
Man, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's all good.
I've done that.
But listen,
that nigga caught me real quick.
So it's a whole
damn.
It's a whole bunch of questions here, but question for Jice. We'll talk about your BBI. Talk about your Black Business Initiative.
Tell us what it is first.
Tell us what it is and what it represents, and and how people can support that.
Yep. So the Black Business Initiative it's like a business incubator. Really, we help Black-owned businesses start, grow, and scale. So we have cohort programming, workshops, training, one-on-one advisory services. When we do a bunch of events throughout the year. So just yesterday we did Black Dollar Saturday. Normally before COVID, we were at Brother Jeff's for Black Dollar Saturday. So Brother Jeff runs Black Dollar Saturday every Saturday, and we used to come in there and do a free workshop for the community. So right now, of course, we're hosting them online, but once we're able to meet again in real life, we'll be back down there. But yeah, so that's what we do. What you want me to tell them?
I mean, just
how can they support what you have going on?
So we have the Black Boss Summit coming up. Yeah. So you was there at the Black Boss Summit last year.
Black Boss Summit be dope,
fire, right?
But you got to.
Okay.
I don't think I can't. You were supposed to be. You were supposed to be there.
You were supposed to be there. You were supposed. No, you were. You said it. Didn't you?
I was there. Yeah.
I think you said no. Maybe
you were supposed to get the table.
Yeah, you was supposed to get the table.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. I was there though. Anyway, tell me how can you? I was out of town.
Anyway, so the Black Boss Summit. So this is a business conference. So the Black Boss Summit, but we not out here to just give awards and rah. We out here to actually give you some tangible takeaways for your business. So if you're trying to grow a business, if you have a business you're trying to grow it, if you're trying to start it, it's a good place to go to network, to really meet other Black professionals, to get a lot of good information. So of course this year we got to host it virtually, but we're not doing a Zoom call. That's what we're not doing. So we have a whole summit. We got live entertainment, we got breakout sessions, networking, and we got some dope ass speakers from all across the country. So we got folks coming in from Virginia, from DC, from Houston, and we're gonna be there. So we're gonna talk about how to pivot and position yourself to profit in the new norm, because we ain't going back to old norm. So we got to be able to think about what our businesses are gonna need going forward and how you in your business can make steps to move forward. So, and we want to support people because about 41% of Black-owned businesses have shut down. And that's happened here locally. Barbershops have closed, beauty salons have closed. Restaurants, especially clubs,
DJs be like,
right. So, and you know, so it's like, what do you do, and you know, going forward, right? And especially because some people really lost their dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like they worked super hard to put something on. They was rolling. 2020 was supposed to be the year of vision. Everybody was about to go all out, and then all of a sudden,
it's 2020 vision.
Right. So, you know, it's like, how do you start to pivot and figure out what's your next move? You know, y'all pivoted, right? You rolling online, right? So it's like, what's the next thing? And as an entrepreneur, you got to think quick on your feet, right? So when something hit, you got to figure out, how do we go
diversify?
Exactly. How we going to shift this? And then of course, you already know, they say don't have no one stream of income, right? You need to have at least 7, but you got to have a lot of different ways to bring in money. So, so the summit. So come to the summit. You can go to blackbosssummit.com. Yes, it's gonna be September 12th and 13th. And if you so the tickets is only $65, which they are never $65 because the summit is off the chain. But this year, because it's virtual, we took the ticket price down. So if you can afford to invest in yourself. It is truly an investment. But if you cannot, you can hit me up, because we have other organizations that are donating tickets to make sure, you know, that Black entrepreneurs
We're gonna buy a
can get
ticket.
in.
We're gonna buy some tickets. Me and KTONE gonna buy some tickets.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
We're gonna buy some tickets.
Fuck it. We buying some tickets.
Buy some tickets for sure.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you,
give away.
So usually, you know, you have sponsors. So how does that work this year? So this is, I guess, a business question. You know what I mean? How does your sponsorship work this year? And do you feel like it's working out, or it's going to work in your benefit?
So we have sponsors. So we actually have our black market still. It's a virtual black market. So if you are a vendor, you sell something, you want to get in there, then you can sign up for that. And it's a live market. So even though obviously we're not in person, you can actually live chat with attendees. You can video chat with attendees. You can put your products up so they can purchase straight from you off of there. And then also the same thing with our sponsors. So we have all of our sponsors' information, our links, their logos up. And then it's you know, being live streamed. So we got you know, their information will be going out. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Iman, I got 2 questions for you. I want to know where you want to go. You want to talk about fashion, or you want to talk about rap?
All of it.
Tell me which one first.
Rap. Everybody knows.
Over your years, what's the biggest lesson? I got 2 rap questions. What's the biggest lesson you've learned over your rap career?
Everybody don't have to like you.
What a great fucking answer. I just learned that about 3 months ago.
I mean, like, I used to argue with everybody. I used to call y'all all the time, like, oh, y'all ain't playing my record. You know it's getting played in New York, right? I'm like, I had to understand, like, okay, that don't work out here, but it's working out there. Just be happy where it works.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people just need to understand wherever it's working, let it work there. And then if people catch on, they do. If not, it's not a loss.
Focus on the blessing.
Yeah,
Focus on
just
the
take your
positive.
wins.
Yeah. What is the biggest misconception about Iman S?
I don't know, because everybody thinks something different. So for me to say that would be my opinion. I just think I just think a lot of people see me different ways, and I play off that energy. I know I'm not the easiest person to deal with, but I'm not a liar, and I'm not fake. So if you feel some type of way, you probably earned that badge.
Thanks. Absolutely. Now let me ask. That was my 2 basic questions. Now my fashion question is: you own the store Victory Clothing. Co-own. Victory Clothing. What are, if you had to name something, what are the local brands lacking, or what can they improve on? And give some suggestions on how they can better their brand.
Originality. Everybody wants to just be a t-shirt company. Like, that's tight. I love t-shirts, and they're necessary, because don't get it, there's 365 days in a year. So you need a t-shirt, at least 200 of them. I'm not mad at t-shirt companies. I'm mad that people just think putting your hood or whatever on a t-shirt's just like supposed to be the next big idea. Like, we think of everything. Put some shit people mean. If you're thinking of something, I guarantee somebody else is probably thinking of that shit. They just don't know how to express it. So be an individual and explain your palate. It's just like food. Niggas ain't trying to eat cheeseburgers every day. You throw bacon on it sometimes. You put an egg on that hoe. You switch it up. Like switch this shit up. Everybody got something different to offer. Don't just even as much shit as I talk about how fly I am. I don't want niggas to run around looking like me. My nigga Reggie's fly as shit. He don't just do what I do. He won't even wear. If he see me something, he'll do something way completely different. So switch y'all palate up.
Give a suggestion. Throw something out there. Instead of a t-shirt company,
brand the t-shirt company. Do graphic design for them.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying like be somebody
you have a
who
brand. Let's use me for you don't feel no type of way. And then I have a t-shirt company. I celebrate life. Instead of putting out 100 t-shirts, I should
package up something that's gonna be at your event. Do water bottles and have SQUIZZY water, SQUIZZY squirt water.
SQUIZZY squirt.
SQUIZZY squirt.
Anything. I mean, SQUIZZY spritzers.
There's a couple of them out there that might.
Why don't you produce shoes? You like them?
Yeah, but I mean, shoes cost. I also have a shoe degree. Shoes cost. It costs 10 bands for the mold, so that might cost more. But there's options like you could do bags. You could do plastic gloves. There's a pandemic. Do masks. Do scream like do headbands. Do I mean do things people need. Do pouches. JICE has an initiative. Get with her and figure out what she needs for her. Like there's different things people need. There's homeless people who need socks. Do some socks that have your logo on them.
Check me out. I made more How much did you say was for a shoe mold?
10 bands.
Okay, so look. Here's what most people say. I don't have $10,000, so I can't do a shoe mold, right? But how many people can design a shoe and then pre-sell it and get your 10 bands so you can build it and move from there, right? So then that'll
draw.
get you
All
your
you gotta
first
do
one.
is learn how to draw.
Right, but that'll get you your first one, right?
Yeah.
So then you got what you need to go forward. But because oftentimes, we don't get capital, right? Most of us don't have 10 bands to just drop. So we think, I can't do that. So we don't think outside the box on if I did want to figure out how to do a shoe, how could I do it and I don't have the 10 bands he just said I needed to make the mold.
I agree. I made more money on masks than I did on t-shirts.
Factory.
At this point.
Yeah, right now for sure.
Yeah, right now for sure. But
KTONE socks is selling. Don't act like they ain't. You see how long his hair got, y'all? That's sock money.
That's sock. Hey man, that's juices and berries. I want to ask y'all about Trump, man. What y'all think about Trump? I want to know what y'all think more specifically, just about him defunding the U.S. the Postal Service and you know what I'm saying, making it harder for voters. What y'all? How y'all feel about that?
I mean, he defunded the military. He's defunded. I mean, we could go on and on. Like the best. I mean, I guess the good answer would be is to say you don't think about Trump, but then you would be oblivious to saying you're not knowing what's going on.
Well, answer me this: how do you guys just feel about the presidential election, the upcoming election?
I felt like I've always felt. They already know who's going to be the president. It's up to us to like. Cities are really ran by your local officials. If you don't vote, like it sounds like cliche, and I don't want to act like I know everything because I really don't. But if you don't vote certain people in, they're gonna dictate how. That's why Park Hill. To go back to our last conversation, that's why Park Hill is becoming gentrified because we've elected officials that let that happen. Things that were what they were are no longer what they are because of people who they don't want them to be that. A funeral home's turned into an ice cream shop. A barbershop, like the whole catfish place is a dupe. Like it's just weird. Like that's why. And that's because like JICE said, we're not in these meetings. That's weird. And they don't want us to be. But I mean, it's just like how you go smoke a blunt with your homie and take 30 minutes. You can go right downtown, go to the meeting, smoke a blunt outside, and then walk in there high, listen to everything they're saying, and then go tell the homie and smoke another blunt like, hey, homie, they about to do this to the block. I mean, even if you can't do it, at least you'll be knowing. Like,
what's your take on the election?
Oh, they're shit. I mean, the issue to me is I don't really care about what the Republicans do. It's not that I don't care about what they do, but the Republicans don't need the black vote. Democrats need the black vote. So what happens is I hear the debate between what Republicans and Democrats are doing, and we allow Democrats to just run rampant without checking them or making sure that they are for us, because we're scared of Republicans. And so then we say, well, you know, we don't hold the Republicans accountable. The Republicans aren't accountable to the black community because the Republicans don't need the black vote. So if black people don't vote, Republicans win. When black people come out and vote, that's when you get Democrats in office. So the Democrats are the ones that have to pander to us. They need to say, what is it that you want for our vote? And we don't make them say anything because we're scared of Republicans.
Yeah, we're just happy to be a part of the party.
People, right. But here's the thing: we don't like Trump, and Trump makes people feel very uncomfortable, right? So he makes people feel uncomfortable because he's racist as hell, and he's open about it. Okay, but so what? Because most of us, our day-to-day life haven't really been affected. And there are definitely things that you can point out in legislation that has, you know, real issues, but most of us haven't had our day-to-day lives affected. You still getting money? You still getting money? Okay. So everybody's still working, everybody's still doing what we're doing, and Trump is not the issue, but because they have so much fear about Trump, they're not even gonna make Biden and Harris even have a black agenda. They're just gonna give them the vote and say, hopefully we can hold them accountable. What are we holding them accountable to?
I agree.
We haven't told them nothing to be accountable for.
I got a friend that's in close proximity to all of us right now in this current room, who doesn't feel like Trump is that bad. We're not gonna tell you who that person is.
I know people too. We don't even.
And his argument is, what law has Trump put in that has detrimented the black community? So I say that to say, and I didn't have an answer.
Hold on, man. That's like saying, what law has Obama implemented that had us get out of the debt? Like, all that debt he inherited, he didn't have to put laws in place that helped us get out of it, but he did, and he didn't get credit for that.
He gave us Obamacare.
I mean, besides that, like...
No, it's not besides that. It's not besides that, because that's something. Now, his question was, what law... Okay, Trump might hurt our feelings. Trump might whatever. And this is him. This is not
what law
Trump might hurt our feelings. He might be a racist. He might be all this. But what law did he pass that detriments the black community? And that was his point. And my second thing was, because I don't even want to talk about that, but... I feel like the Democratic Party should not be allowed to just say, we different than these niggas. Fuck what we gonna do, but we not them. So fuck with us. Their focus should not be, let's get rid of them. All the speeches I've heard has been, fuck them, let's get rid of them, instead of, we gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, and that's the thing, because the Republican Party is basically openly racist. The Democratic Party, they talk a good talk. But
they're not racist, they just about money.
Who?
I think the Republican Party is about money. It's about class.
Well, but racism is about money, and that's the part that So it's like
racism.
Well, yeah, but
I think it's classism. I call it classism.
Well, it's all of that, but racism creates an additional layer, right? So, so if you go back and you look at when the black community, I won't even call it a community at that time, but when black people tried to unite with poor white people in order to overthrow and overturn policies that were classist, what they did was they threw racism on top, and they told all the poor white people, but look, at least you're not a nigger. So you see poor white people vote against their own best interests because they think they're hurting black people. So there is it's both classism and then there's racism. And so it's a combination of the two, but absolutely Republicans are racist. Like, they do care about their money, but that's because who's funding their money is the black community. And as long as they keep the black community as an underclass, then that means that they continue to make money. And they're okay with making money off of poor white people who they keep uneducated and too stupid to know how to vote against it.
They're like a Mexican to them.
So it's all of that, right? But the Democratic Party really isn't that much better. And I think that's the part that we as a community need to get, is that some of the most detrimental laws that have happened to the black community have happened under Democratic watch. And when we keep talking about having black politicians, if we're not grooming black politicians, then black politicians are blackface for white supremacy. So what ends up happening is that there's been so many negative things that have happened under black watch. Denver has been under a black mayor for how many years now? 16 years? And the black community is shrinking and has less money. And you can look at bombings that have happened in Philadelphia under black men. I mean, you can start pinpointing all types of black leadership and then seeing atrocities that have happened to the black community under black leadership. So we can't play skin politics and we can't play party politics. We don't have that ability to do that like the white community can do, because they have whiteness to have at least one layer of protection over them that we don't have.
I feel like we're too strong on the one token black person that makes it in the white room, because they ain't got as much power as we think we got, if that makes sense. Like we gonna go. I use example Miss Harris. What's her first name? Kamala Harris. We niggas been tearing her up. You know what I'm saying? You did this, you did that. She is one black lady in a room of 15 to 20 white men who are really, everything's a vote. So whether
That's
she want this
thing
nigga,
black people gotta understand too. Tearing down her is not gonna help anything. Like we still have to. We have a bigger evil.
Yeah.
So are y'all mad that a black woman who you don't have the same views as you made it?
She's the only one.
Yeah. Are you mad at that, or are you still mad at Trump? Like, do you want him out, or do you want to tear down a black woman? Like, what's your agenda?
Yeah.
And like, you don't have to agree. Like, I don't agree with everything anybody in my life does. Like, it's just not realistic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to find your common ground. And what people are also failing to realize is, like, you're not fighting just for what you have going on. Like you said, like, there's other people's agendas. Like, there's my bro, I be thinking about him all the time, because he, like, they got kids in school and shit. Like, there's just a whole other layer to stuff that people ain't even think about. Like,
yeah.
It's just too weird for you to be worrying about one.
No,
like
and
how you feel only.
And it's one black person in the room of white people, and I've had the blessing and it's fucked up to be in these type of rooms where they feel like because you've made it to this room, you don't have the agenda of the rest of the blacks. You feel what I'm saying? Like, okay, you a high class nigga now. You know what I'm saying?
One black
so I hear, and I be in the rooms and they feel comfortable speaking this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're not one of them.
But Josh, you have a whole agenda, and you speak for a lot of black women, but you don't think it's weird, like, even, and this is just me asking, I'm not like saying, when you say something, you don't feel weird sometimes, like, even though I'm saying this, I'm not speaking for the plight of every black woman. I'm just saying for the general basis that I know about, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you don't feel that's weird that, like, she has to be responsible for every black person in America just because she's his running mate?
So, yes, because we should not have to, right, we're not a monolith, right? So, as a black woman, I can't speak for all black women. But I do feel like we can, and we have to get to a place where we can critique without feeling like critique is an attack. And so, you know, because I just recently did a post that I just stopped commenting on because it was too much. But, you know, it was about her, because I'm not a supporter of Kamala Harris, right? I do think that she's harmed our community. And what I do feel like is absolutely people can grow and they can change their opinion, but you don't get to do that without accountability. So that means you got to stand up and acknowledge the harm that you've done, and then specifically talk about how you're going to undo that harm. And that's not something that she's done.
That was to my point.
So I don't fuck with. I mean,
backpedaling from that.
Finish your point, and I'm gonna give you my point. That's somebody else told me.
I don't really be. I'm not worried about Trump, right? Because we already know Trump is not for us. But she's claiming, she's making the stake that she's for the black community. And one of the things that she said, and honestly, and I never work like that, right? Because I don't work. To me, that's a losing position. That's a losing mindset. Is I got to think about, it's not playing offense. It's, trying to figure out how you're gonna not lose. That's not how you win.
But that's just no. I agree with you on that. But that's internalized personally. I'm talking about as an American. That's how the democracy works. So you have to pick.
So I went to somebody. I went to somebody.
I changed that.
I went to somebody that I trust a whole lot in this type of. When I don't know shit, I go to this person and they tell me. So I'm like, yo, she fucked up the black community. She putting everybody in jail, all that. And he's like, what's the top DA in Colorado's name? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, what's the DA in any state name? I don't know, whatever. And she's like, most of those situations is not her saying, put him in jail or don't put him in jail. She said most of those situations don't even reach to her. She's got to take the blame because she's at the top of the shit. But, nigga, she's the only black person in the room. So if there's 50 black people that work for her, listen to me. I'm just telling you what they said. They was like, nigga, she's not making them decisions.
Can I ask you, has he ever been to jail?
She's not making them decisions.
The DA
has he ever been to,
the person I'm talking to?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So let me just say the DA has an incredible amount of power.
Man,
an incredible amount of power.
That's who.
And then he told me she didn't put nobody away
are
for
trying
possession.
To be DAs?
And they talked about the possession of marijuana. He said she hasn't put a single person away for possession of marijuana, only distribute to sell. Yeah, intent to sell.
Yeah, but that's because that's a prosecute. That's how you get prosecuted.
Yeah.
DAs
And
work
then
with
if a
public
nigga go to
defenders
jail, he
because
also told me if somebody go to jail and take the deal, okay, that's bad on her part. That looks bad. That counts as, you know what I'm saying? Now, like if a nigga go, I'll take the deal. You know what I'm saying? That's a negative on her part.
That's a whole.
But she said everything doesn't hit her table because she at the top.
Every case, so to a certain extent, yes, you're right. Every case is not going to hit her desk specifically, but the DA has a lot of power around and influence around
percentage. There's a
how they're prosecuting,
ratio they
what
have to
they're
get a turnover.
prosecuting, what they need to let go, what they need to drop, and so that we're not going to absolve her. I'm not going to absolve her. What everybody else want to do is whatever they want to do. I'm not going to absolve her of those things. But more so is you can be forgiven for things when you acknowledge what you do and you work to fix them. And one of the things that she recently said as she was running, and this is why I say we can't just keep bypassing as though people are for our community when they're not for our community. She basically used the rising tide lifts all boats scenario to say that blanket policy over everyone, blanket policy that benefited everyone will also benefit the black community. And we already know factually that that's not true. There are race-specific policies that were put in place that specifically hurt the black community, and then they changed those policies and made them race neutral. So what that means is that when you read the policy now, it doesn't sound like there's anything wrong with it. It sounds like a policy that makes perfect sense. But they never undid all the harm that happened when they were writing race-specific policies. So when they were barring specifically black people from participating in trade, being able to buy homes in certain areas, being able to participate in voting, being able to participate in, all these things, very race-specific, they haven't undone that. And so when she says that blanket policy that lifts up everybody will also lift up the black community, we know that's not true. So what that really means is that she has no black agenda and she doesn't intend to have a black agenda. And so you don't get to sit here and say, I want your black vote because I'm black and I don't have an agenda that specifically helps to overturn all the harm that's been done for 400 years to the black community. And then get a pass on my watch, not for me.
Okay.
She's on fire!
So, my last question, and listen, none of these points are mine. I'm just giving y'all conversations that I have.
Boom shakalaka!
So my last question I want to ask is, do you think how I want to ask this? Why are we not as upset at Biden as we are Ms. Harris?
Oh, I am. I said from the beginning, as soon as it looked like Biden was going to...
As a community, niggas tore up Miss Harris, but niggas is like, fuck it, we gotta vote for Biden. It is what it is. Do you think that we are
Because it's that same. It's the same thing.
To hate a black person more than we hate the white person.
That and on top, like, who's gonna really listen to us? Can okay, we're all mad at Biden, but like who does it go to? Like, who's gonna actually? It feels like it resonates more because she's black. Like, you gonna feel the pain. You know what it's like, girl.
Yeah.
Who ain't nobody gonna see Biden?
Yeah. Somebody said that. I tweeted and somebody said because the black person knows better.
Yeah, he's a puppet. He's doing what, bro. Joe, if y'all were watching this, I'm pretty sure in about 5 minutes on CNN, Joe Biden's commercial is gonna run, and he has a black him in the back of his thing the whole time. Yeah. Like, he ain't never been in no black church. He ain't got no black relatives, no nothing. But we're all accepting, like, oh, yes, he got the black song in the back.
Literally, it's been proven that Joe Biden said that he was a part of the civil rights movement. Bruh. Then he backtracked all of that, and he was like, well, actually, I wasn't. And then he went right back to saying that he was, and nobody cares. Like, so when we talk about, so we watched Trump get on camera and lie all day.
Whatever the next post is,
That's what it is.
If Kim
right now.
Kardashian or anybody, whoever posts something next, we're gonna forget.
So because we talk about how Trump lies all day long, and I'm sitting here looking like Biden lies all the time.
I know,
so we
gotta
just
wrap
gonna
it
act
up.
like
But
that's
real
okay.
quick, this fool, Jimmy Kimmel posted a 3-minute video of Trump's lies back to back to back. 3 minutes. Think of that. That's a whole Jay-Z song.
Yeah.
And it was just strictly lies on a podium from different states and different years.
Just lying.
So question: Are y'all voting or y'all not voting?
Every time. Every time. But I always look at my page right now. I've got my sticker on.
Absolutely, but I think we also got to remember when we talk about the right to vote, that's the right to hold your vote hostage for something that benefits you. The vote is an exchange. It's not just I vote just to say that I voted. The vote is this is a quid pro quo. You are supposed to do something for me in exchange for my vote.
Facts.
So when we are not having our politicians do anything for us and we just give them our vote just to say that we've done our ancestors a great, that we're standing on our ancestors' shoulders and our ancestors have fought for this. What our ancestors fought for was for our right to participate inside of the system that we live in. And just giving away our vote does not hold up to that justice.
Do you think the Democrats think that that's the case right now?
Of course they don't.
But even if you don't,
they don't have
vote like
to right
that,
now.
like even if you don't vote on the presidential election, vote locally. You have to, because there are some city elected officials. There are city elected officials that really, because they live here as well, so they do have best interest, and it's part of your responsibility as a civilian to know these people. You don't have to be their best friend or call them or be their Facebook friend, but you should know like what their moral interests are and how they move around. I know mine. Like they come to my store, even if we don't on a first name basis. Like I know who I'm gonna put my ballot in for.
Yeah.
That's just that's mandatory.
Facts. Got a last question?
I ain't got no more questions, man. I definitely appreciate both of y'all coming, y'all's input. I think people learn something. They really engaged. I can't even read all these comments. We can go back and read.
We done.
They in here though.
I'm about to go read them. I'm high.
So,
any last things y'all want to promote, shout out, say?
Yeah, I want to thank KTONE and SQUIZZY and JICE for just the platform and just having this opportunity to let y'all know that there's other things going on and y'all got to really take them blinders off sometimes. It's good to run your own race, but you have to know what's going on around y'all and engage with the same people because it's wicked out here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank y'all for having me on. Shout out to my partner, Shay J. And see us at the Black Boss Summit.
Absolutely. What's the date?
September 12th and 13th. theblackbosssummit.com.
Okay. Nice. And you didn't shout out your
I was just trying to give y'all y'all do. Yeah, Victory Clothing Boutique, 4916 East Colfax Avenue. Shout out Everything Park Hill. And y'all already know I'm too real.
Go get them on Everything Socks in there too.
Factory. They in there.
Well, I want to end with that. I feel like I brought the best shoes to the DOS platform for the fourth.
Not today.
For the fourth week in a row.
Let's have a vote.
My question to the people that are watching is, who has the best shoes in the DOS tonight?
Name yours. Name yours.
They can't see it?
These are...
You don't even know. These are the What the Dunks.
I don't know what it's called now.
What the Dunks. Look them up on StockX. You can't get these.
These just Maxes.
Well, I got the Nike
Max.
Well, I got the Nike React Travis Scott.
I got them.
700s.
I got them.
You can't afford these.
I got them.
So I just want to know, please place your vote right now on who has the best shoe. Tux, come bring your... Tux got the British Knights on tonight.
Oh, nah. Fuck that. Not today.
Not today.
No. Don't even bring them out.
Wait till you see them.
I don't want to. I know what they mean. Nope. Not in Park Hill.
Who has the best shoes on
Cinco
in the DOS this evening? Please comment.
Them are slick right
You got 30 seconds. I know you got the What the Dunks on. Am I going for my 4-0 series?
You can't go for...
Not today.
Vote this,
Somebody vote.
Not today.
Zoom the camera in, Tux.
Bruh.
These is the Travis Scott
Just
Nike React 700s. You see him? He see how I did it with my shirt. Look at him with the Caucasian shirt.
Let me see.
Shout out the Caucasians. If I see one squizzy, I'm cutting this bitch off.
Lowest ask. Look what the lowest ask.
6. Write my name, nigga.
No,
Look what the lowest ask is.
Huh?
Lowest asked. Lowest.
It don't matter. Myra, who won, Myra?
No,
I'm
but
trying
look
to cut this
on
show.
the top when you buy them.
Somebody type Squizzy in the comments right now. Look
60 bands.
Bro, if y'all don't look
For
at
what?
the price of these,
This whole shoe on my foot.
Yikes.
I
Ain't
won,
nobody
bro.
typing your name today.
Ain't typing y'all name either. It's a tie.
It don't matter.
It's a draw.
I'm getting them all.
It's a draw.
See what he be doing?
Yeah,
Ain't nobody typing y'all
and I
names.
thought I was
He
buying.
didn't even win last week. I won. Wow.
Somebody type my name.
Somebody.
Y'all see
I'm
him.
glad I got a whole blunt.
Travis Scott. I won.
Well, we appreciate it. Digital Online Showcase artists. Don't forget, submit your music. Digital Online Showcase at gmail.com. Shout out to the Gold Boys. Shout out to the little homie Lucas with the new hoodie on. Support the Gold Boys. Clothing. Shout out GBL Studios.
And they stink.
You crazy.
We out of here.
You crazy.
Check us out.
This is our network.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you.